Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you guys an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while, and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you can tell by the title of the video, we're going to do a full face of nothing new. I have so much makeup. I have so much good makeup and I feel that I don't get to enjoy it. So I have a basket here full of makeup that's not new and we're just gonna put it on and get ready and enjoy this great makeup right here. Let me just bring you on a tiny bit closer and we'll get started. Alright, I'm going to start by priming my face real quick. First, I'm going to jump into the Wet n Wild. That's going to go all over the face. Then this Gucci, it's a mattifying primer for the T-zone. Then I'm going to use this CoverGirl. It's the True Blend Base Business in Pore Minimizing. And you already know that I use the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip for my under eyes. I really just wanted to film, get ready with you guys, and just use some of this great makeup that I already own and not use anything new because, gosh, I just feel a little overwhelmed with how much makeup I do have. And I think a lot of YouTubers are feeling the same way. By the way, I absolutely love this Gucci primer. I reviewed it and I haven't talked much about it, but I've definitely used, you can tell it's up to here, quite a bit of it because it's good. But yeah, Jesus, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I'm feeling a tiny bit overwhelmed with my makeup collection. And I feel like, I don't know, I just feel wasteful in a way, you know? Like, there's just so much more things in life that are more important than buying makeup. Maybe I'm just shifting in the way that I feel about certain things. I don't know, but yeah, I'm just feeling a little overwhelmed with my collection. All right, for the foundation, I decided to pick the LYS concealer and foundation for this week. MN5 is what I have for the foundation and MN1 is what I have for the concealer. Does this mean I'm going to start reviewing new makeup? No, absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm definitely going to be more picky about my purchases, at least for now. I don't know. I just feel like lots of purchasing and buying things I don't really need, you know? I still absolutely love makeup. It makes me so happy every time I play with it, every time I create new eye looks. I love makeup. It could be the old artist in me. I used to paint, draw, all that good stuff, and I haven't, and I guess I kind of replaced makeup with that. I think what I'm going to do is come up with more video ideas where I can use some of the makeup I already have in my existing collection. The project that I do where I pick, you know, a foundation and concealer combo for a week, that has definitely helped me out a lot in making sure that I use some makeup, which is awesome. It's actually been going really good. And I also started picking out primers for the week, and I actually use the primers for 2 weeks straight. Since most of my stuff is like half of it is stored and then half of it I have it in like little rolly bins. So I do actually have to pull out stuff that I'm going to use for like a week or two, because having to go in and out of like my makeup bags and whatnot is too much. With the holidays coming up, there's going to be so much makeup released. I mean, we're already seeing that. And some releases are definitely catching my attention, but not all of them. And the thought in my head of, well, do I really need this, has definitely crossed my mind a couple of times when I see the stuff that's being released. But like I said, there's definitely some launches that interest me. I think Huda also releases like a big pan, like the $65 eyeshadow palette around the holidays. Pat McGrath also. Last year we got the Celestial Odyssey, and Charlotte, that little face palette. I don't know if she's going to do like quads like she did last year, and just so much makeup coming our way. So much makeup that we don't need. All right, I'm going to jump into this Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer in light medium. I'm going to use it a little bit of sculpting, like cream sculpting. Why don't you guys let me know down below how you're feeling as far as like makeup collection wise goes, because I feel like we're all over consumers. It's like a trend here in the US, you know, we always buy more than what we need, and it's nothing new. You know, there comes a time when you kind of just tell yourself, well, do I really need all this shit? You know? Yeah, maybe it's because we moved, and you know, when you move, you really see how much stuff you actually have. And I mean, we ended up giving away, and whatever we couldn't give away, you know, tossing it. Like, we ended up getting rid of so much stuff, and it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy, because this whole time I'm thinking like, holy shit, look at all that. Especially like the trash. Like, we made that trash, and that trash is going to a landfill that is just filling up, and it's gonna keep getting filled up. And it just made me feel horrible. I don't know, am I being weird? Am I overreacting? This is the Undone Beauty Water Bronzer in Baked. And I actually picked this up right from the bullet, because if I swipe it, it kind of lifts up my product. And this is a more of a warm tone shade. I actually really enjoy this product. I need to use it more. Yeah, so let me know if you've ever felt that way. I'm really excited to find our new place to live, because we're looking for land, and we definitely want to start a garden. That is like a definite. I think we might get a horse. We don't know yet. It's, you know, it's a lot of responsibility to have a horse. We definitely want some chickens. That way we can have some eggs, and if need be, meat. If we buy any cows, it'll probably be like a cow that we have in case we ever need to like butcher it. Although I know when they reach an age, you have to butcher it. Like, we're just thinking about how we can become more independent and not have to depend so much on the outside world. And we don't want to like become antisocial. No, that's not at all the case. It's just like with food shortages, and say shit really hit the fan, we would be prepared, you know? I hope I'm making sense. I know there's a lot of Instagram accounts out there where they, you know, tell you how to prepare yourself in case this and this and this happened. Because I definitely feel like from 50, 60 years ago to now, we have just become so dependent on grocery stores, fast food, restaurants, and haven't really focused on our home and preparing it in case something happens, you know? Yeah. All right, I did set my under eyes. I totally forgot to film it. Sorry. I did go in to the Charlotte Tilbury powder. This is in One Fair. I did order the new powder. I was hesitant, but I did order it. And so I'm kind of retesting that one, because it has not been working as amazing as I remember under my eyes for like the past 5-6 months. So yeah. All right, I am going to jump into this Wet n Wild Bare Focus pressed powder. This one they released a couple of months ago, and I think I only saw a couple of people review it, and it's actually not a bad powder at all. It's actually nice. And they came out with a couple of shades. I think translucent was one of them for sure. And then maybe 3 or 4 shades. For the under eyes, is a tiny bit too drying. For the rest of the face, at least on me, it works really well. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Maybe just living a more simpler non-city life is making me just feel this type of way. But my husband and I, we've definitely had these conversations many times at night before bed about what our main goal was as far as long-term living, like our permanent home. And we always talked about having land. We always talked about like having some sort of animals that can help us just live. If, say, we wanted to go months without having to go into town or into the store, or like when, you know, certain disasters happen, or those cargo ships that got stuck and I was in California, I don't know, but like the grocery stores were empty, you know, it's like that sort of stuff where like shit like that happens, and where are you going to go get food if you're not prepared, you know? If the grocery stores have nothing to sell you, where are you going to get food for your family? I probably sound like I'm overthinking things, but you know, there comes a point in your life when you keep saying, what if? All right, now we're going to jump into bronzer. And this is the only thing that's actually new, but that wasn't on purpose. It was by accident. I guess I didn't pull out another bronzer. It's the new Melt Ultra Matte bronzer. Okay, so back to my little survival conversation. But now I know that my husband and I are lucky that I'm able to stay home, you know, because I know a lot of households, both the mother and the father have to work, or if it's a single dad or a single mom, you know, like your situation is different. So I know that some of you are probably sitting there going like, well, you know, I could do that too if I could, but you know, my husband and I are both working, so that's not possible. Trust me, I know how lucky we are, and I definitely don't take it for granted that I can stay home and think about these things while, you know, he's working, and I'm sure he thinks about it while he's working as well. Like my neighbor, well, not my neighbor, but the neighbor here, she's a single mom with kids, and she just sent off her oldest to college. She's a truck driver, and you know, she's leaving for work, and she's gone for a week at a time. So, but I mean, she's still here. She has apple trees. She has her garden in the back. She has tomatoes. She has tomatillos, cabbage, and I forget what else, but she has her little garden. So she does what she can when she's home. Now, her second oldest has already graduated from high school, and so she takes care of the chores when she's gone. Sorry, guys. I keep getting interrupted by my child. She's watching, I think, the second Frozen movie, and every time she opens the door, you can really hear the movie, and I don't want this video to get flagged. Okay, so I'm going to go pretty simple with my eyes. I'm going to go in to this little color pop. It's a cream shadow in Moonbeams. It's just like a pretty, almost terracotta brown shade. And then I'm going to top it off with a tiny bit of this Victoria Beckham Lid Lustre in Starlight. I don't even remember what I was saying. This is a Charlotte Tilbury little fluffy brush. Hopefully this works. Oh yeah, I was going to mention that I read a fun fact from, geez, I don't remember where, but basically they stated that 50 years ago, about 40% of the population had a garden in their backyard. 40%. That is crazy. So if you can plant a garden in your backyard with some fresh veggies, do it. Do it. Stop thinking about it and just do it. I promise you, you will not regret it. I'm so sad that we can't do that yet. We can't start it, obviously, because, you know, we don't have a home yet. But gosh, the plan was to do that last year, and then, you know, we decided we're gonna move, so can't do that. Gotta wait. I mean, there's nothing more satisfying than knowing that you have food in your backyard if, you know, something happens. I can't even imagine just feeling so helpless that you can't feed your children, you know? Like, as a mom, I don't even want to imagine that. Isn't that such a beautiful brownie terracotta shade? I love it. Absolutely love it. Gosh, my lips are so chapped. Okay, now I'm going to jump in to the Victoria Beckham. So pretty as well. Start in the middle and go. Let's see how this. So pretty. I would love to know if any of you have a garden. So make sure to comment down below if you do. And what do you have in your garden? Because I would love to know. I mean, we have the seeds and everything. We just don't have anywhere to plant it. My mother and father-in-law, they had a garden. They didn't really upkeep with it. So they need to start it again. But they have like the area to do it. I don't know if it's something they want help with, but I would love to start gardening. It's work. It's definitely work, but I feel like it's that type of work where it's so worth it in the end, you know? All right, this is what the makeup is looking like. I did do my eyebrows off camera. I used the Gucci, what is this? The Crayon Definition Pencil and the Refy Beauty Gel. Now we're going to jump into some cheeks. I have the Dominique Cosmetics Cream Blush here. It's like the pinky one. Yeah, soft pink. Did get a tiny bit of hard pan, you see? So I really had to press it to get some pigment off. Let's see if this Melt Cosmetics brush works. I'm gonna do cream first and then I'll powder it. It's just like a pretty pinky shade. So I know my conversation was survival mode-y, but I don't know, those are just thoughts that go through my head. Especially just being here in the outdoors by the mountains and living differently, you know. It takes me about 25 minutes to get to town, like to the Walmart, which is where I do most of my shopping. They don't have a Target here, so like the Walmart Supercenter is where I do most of my shopping. They do have 2 different groceries and some restaurants, but you know, like to get into town, it takes almost 30 minutes just to get into town, to civilization. I mean, there is neighbors here and have a pretty tight-knit community. All the neighbors check on each other. You know, like if they don't see activity going on, they go and, you know, check up on you, which is kind of the way that I feel things used to be back in the days. And by back in the days, I mean when I was younger. So I do remember playing outside, you know, and my mom not being too worried because she knew like the neighbors were watching us, and vice versa. The neighbors knew that if, you know, they couldn't, other neighbors were watching after the kids. I don't know if, at least the places I have lived, I didn't really feel it was like that. I'm going to set that cream blush with this Benefit Cosmetics California blush. I don't know if I'm gonna do highlighter since this blush is pretty glowy. I apparently have a lot to talk about today. I feel like I talked your guys' ear off. Alright, I'm gonna go into some mascara. Going to go into this Too Faced and the Rare Beauty. Let's do Rare Beauty first. I mentioned earlier that I am trying out the Charlotte Tilbury powder again because for some reason it's just not working in my under eyes as well as I remember. And yeah, it just, they look dry, not like super dry, but it, you know, more than I would like for sure. And I'm scared for that new one to come in. Also, it's like, it's supposed to be a brightening under eye. I don't really like to brighten up my eyes. Honestly, 100%, I have no idea why I even purchased it. I mean, I know, like, you know, part of my job in this YouTube channel is to review new makeup. I definitely still want to review new makeup, but it's just really gonna suck if I don't like it, you know? Because it's just gonna sit there and collect dust, and it was not cheap. How much was it? $44, $54? You know, not cheap. Hopefully it's not too brightening, and then I could just use it like as maybe a finishing powder or something. I don't know. But I am excited for the items to get here so I can try them out. Alright, I did go in with a tiny bit of mascara, but only like on my outer lower lashes. Then I went into this little Lunar Lights It's a highlighter from MAC Cosmetics. It's from the Chinese New Year from last year. In the inner corner and the brow bone. I don't know yet if I'm going to do any eyeliner, but let's move on to the lips. This is Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm just gonna do in the middle and then the top right in the middle. Kind of outline my lips. Now I'm going to jump into this Dior Addict lip gloss in 640 J'adore. Pretty sure it should still be available. I think at Sephora it's sold out, but in the Dior website it should still be available. Maybe even like at Macy's. Maybe like a Macy's, Saks Fifth, those stores. Alright guys, well I think that's it for this full face of Tried Nothing New. I had so much fun getting ready with you guys, having a little heartfelt conversation. I felt like I had a lot to say in this video. Makeup came out great. I think it's very beautiful, very natural. I had so much fun just playing it with stuff that isn't even new, and I know I absolutely just love. Well, with that being said, I would love it if you gave this video a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm of hopefully bringing some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. My boy twin is up, so it's a good thing I'm dead. Okay, I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.